Those of you online, we're going to start here in just a couple minutes.
One in person.
Yeah.
I wish I could say.
Oh, no. No worries. We'll have this class again in a couple weeks. Well, we do it every other week, so you can always check it in.
Thursday.
Yes, we do now new agent classes. This is the new agent one. So we kind of do a new orientation just with the KW Tech. And then next Thursday, we do like a marketing huddle where we really just dive into marketing only.
Okay, good.
Yeah, so 12.
I'm trying to go for next Thursday.
Sounds great. Yeah, Tuesday, Thursdays, 1 to 2. We always have a class. So feel free to just come check us out.
Thank you.
Yeah, definitely. Have a great rest of your day.
Oh, yeah, we'll have more fun.
Great.
Just let me know. Stay warm.
Thanks. Because it's really cold out there.
Yeah, I hate it.
Southerners.
Yeah, where are you from again? Oh, I bet you really hate that complaining. I could never live up there just for that. I bet you're just like, oh, I'm gonna go swimming later. All right, we're gonna go ahead and get started. And yep, it's only you in here today, so it can be a bit more one-on-one than usual. Yeah. Yeah, and I know we've like met before as well. And for those of you online, let me see here. Oh, it looks like I've met with you too as well. So, this class, I will kind of go over like the overview. What this class is really for is going over kind of all what Command can do. And then our Tuesday classes, we start breaking down each section like in an advanced way.
Yeah.
And of course, booking meetings with us, we break it down further that way as well. So this class really is going to be about just like everything, an overview of the Command tools. But feel free to jump in when you see something that really interests you, and I can dive deeper into it today. Same with you, Sadiva, online. Yes. Yeah. So feel free to jump in whenever. Yeah. Love it. So you know how to book appointments with us, but just to overview, since this is recorded, if you ever want an appointment with anything I go over today, first off, I'm Jules. I'm your Market Center Tech Trainer. And going to kwbresources.com and clicking I need tech help in the top right corner, bring you right to our calendar so that we can book an appointment together. So I'm first going to open up that Scott Leroy setup that Scott Leroy sent over for your onboarding. And that should be in your email as Keller Cloud Setup Complete. So if you need to find that, that should be the subject line. Inputting your name in your search bar should pull that up as well. I do recommend, and I know this screen looks a lot different than yours. Yours has like, click here to see your setup. And when I click it, it will make more sense. But I would recommend going ahead and starring this email just because it has all your important links and logins in it. And we want to easily find that. So when you click on your setup, it's going to prompt for a password, and that's going to be our Market Center number. And that's going to be the same for any of the tools that you use with Scott Leroy. And I'll kind of briefly describe what Scott Leroy does so you know what that resource is. But anytime on his site, it's always prompting for your Market Center number, which again is 350. Oh, it's because it's the test. All right. So I know this setup can be a little overwhelming. There's a lot on it, but I'm going to break down the things that you just need to know off the bat. And everything else is kind of just extra resources for you. Of course, feel free to take a look through all those resources, but I want to highlight the ones that are very important. So KW Systems username and password, that's going to be command. That's going to be your command username and password. We're going to, of course, dive really deep into that in a second. Your KW email. Do you both have your KW email signed in? Is it on your phone as well? Awesome. And Sadiva, feel free to jump in at any point if that does not apply to you, and I can walk through those steps. But yes, of course, our KW email is great to have. So we have all office emails. Now, are you planning to use your KW email for business use? Fantastic. Just mentioning that because of the forwarding, we can't always forward emails over. So I'm going to actually just scroll right down here. And so your command website. So that is your command website URL. I know you were in class for our website class. However, so for if you are going to get business cards right now, just a couple things to note with this URL that I just really want to make sure you know. It does not include www dot in front of it. So if you are planning to get that on your signs or any print material, just be sure not to put that www dot in front of it, or it won't work, which I think is sometimes hard to. Oh, no worries at all. Be safe out there driving. So just keeping that in mind, and also keeping in mind that it is a subdomain. It has the .kw.com at the end. However, if you are interested in getting a custom domain, so getting like your DBA name or your name and having that be like julesbass.com, like that from GoDaddy or Google Domains or another platform, I may recommend it. Now it is a paid feature, but it's like $12 a year. So it's like $1 a month to get a domain name. And Scott Leroy is able to forward that domain name over to your website. And it's just great for a couple reasons. One, a domain name is really good for search engine optimization. So because this is a subdomain like the .kw.com, it groups all the .kw.com emails together. So when people search your name, your website most likely will not come to the top of Google because of that. However, having a domain name would allow that search engine optimization to put your website up closer to the top. It's also great because just if you do get it on signs or anything, a lot of people when they're driving by miss that .kw.com. It's just not that common. So, making sure that they have the correct URL, that's also helpful. So if you are interested in getting a custom domain, feel free to meet with us. We can get one together and talk about those next steps. But I do really like that option. All right, I'm actually going to jump back to the KWB resources site and just talk about a couple things on this website that is great for tech. Now, I know you get a full orientation with Liz on this, so it's not anything too crazy. But one, just the office calendar, of course, is here. So you can always see our training topics by going to the office calendar. Also on this website homepage, right above the office calendar, you will see a can't miss video of the week. If you have not checked out this video already, after today's class, go check out this video. It's just the exact process for using DocuSign with command. Yeah, and it will walk you just like.
Literally set the point you guys next week for that.
Oh, good. Well, this will be just the best video for it possible. It will walk you right through it because there's just a specific workflow it wants you to take so that they communicate with each other. And yeah, I tried to learn DocuSign just by clicking around because I'm kind of techie. I couldn't do that with DocuSign. It was something I needed to watch a video for. So go ahead and check that out. But today we'll make sure all your forms are connected in command together. I did want to mention, sorry, I kind of skipped over that. I think we already set this up together. Like if you have not already synced your office calendar with your Google Calendar, you can do that from here now. So if you click on the office calendar, that's going to pop open, so it's a lot easier to read. But then clicking that plus icon in the bottom right corner, we'll go ahead and add that to your Google Calendar so that you can keep in the loop with all the training events going on.
It actually never ended up switching over.
And there ended up,
Remember how it left and you're like, oh, it might, take 15, 20 minutes or
yeah.
whatever. It actually never did.
So you can't see any of the office events? Huh, okay, well, we'll
But
take
that
a
might
look.
be okay because I brought it up in class. They're like, you might not want all those other things that you're not gonna do. So it might just be easier for you to manually just go in and copy them over.
I was just gonna say that, like, because it is kind of an overwhelming calendar.
Sometimes, some days, obviously.
Yeah, it gets kind of like, so it is maybe
So
nice
it's a good thing
to,
that it did.
yeah, maybe it is good. I think so. It can, we have a lot going on here, which is great, but yeah, those calendars can fill up. Right, and then also under tech resources here, we do have a tab for Tech Tuesday calendar. I don't think I did update it. Okay. So that's just a good, if you need like a visual of our specific classes as well. So the topic, and if that's interesting for you, you can of course join us. And then lastly, under tech resources, there is a tab to go to Scott Leroy Marketing's website. And I just want you guys to be aware of what they can do for you for free so that you're not doing anything extra that you don't need to be. So when we go to Scott Leroy Marketing's page, let's go ahead and click on login on that white toolbar to the far right so that we can see everything they have to offer for market centers who work with Scott Leroy. So we're gonna go ahead and put 350 as our market center number and go ahead and click that remember me button there so you don't have to do this every single time. So you might recognize this name because yes, Scott Leroy Marketing is a great resource for onboarding agents. So when you came to KW, all your KW tech was already set up for you by Scott Leroy Marketing. However, they do more than that. So they are a great agent resource. For one, they are so quick. They're super quick support. So if you are ever just in command and something is confusing you, if you shoot support@scottleroymarketing.com, and I'll put that email in the chat too for you. But if you shoot them an email with any question about the KW tech, they will respond in like 10 minutes with they can either do it for you. Like if you're like, hey, I need my headshot updated, that's something they can do just for you. Or if it's not something they do for you for free, they will send steps on how to do it. So with whatever question you may have, you can definitely utilize them as a resource. Shoot them an email. They respond so quickly, and you will be able to get all the steps or content that you need possible for that. Other than email support, that is a great resource of his. You can also see other things you have available through Scott Leroy in that agent resources tab. So they do have live trainings as well. They have additional trainings on all the KW technology. And I really like under the training tab, these SLM challenges. And what those are, they're basically, so there's a command 30-day challenge, and that just walks you through kind of the best order to learn command. So if you're kind of at a roadblock, like, wow, this is a lot, this will walk you through the 30 steps to get started in command, which is great. But I also really like the SLM getting started one in particular, because that's a 30-day challenge or guide of how to set up your digital marketing in general. So things that will say like, go set up your realtor.com profile and things like of that sort. So I really like guidance on those kind of things. And just a heads up, they do have Jumpstart, and that's just like a more condensed version of the 30-day challenge versions. That's what that is. Also under agent resources, and if you just actually click on training, I like this tab as well, just because it breaks down their videos based off category. So if today, we're talking about referrals or designs, and you're like, wow, I'd really love to learn more about that, this will bring you right to a YouTube playlist on all their videos about that specific category or menu section. And then the last thing I'll mention here is under agent resources and agent support. This is a full list of all the things that they can do for you for free. So I do recommend just like taking a look over these items. So if there's anything, for example, like a QR code creation. If you want a QR code, you could either come here and click on this. It's just a form of the things they need to create that for you. Or you can just simply shoot them an email and they'll be able to shoot back a QR code. So from that list, as a new agent, what you're probably going to be most utilizing is as you're figuring out your contact information. So if you get a new business phone number, like a Google Voice number, for example, or if you update your biography or headshot, I would not recommend going through trying to update that in your own KW Tech. Let's utilize Scott Leroy. Come to this page here. They're going to be able to update that throughout all the KW Tech for you for free. You don't need to worry about where do I update this? Yeah, please.
QR code.
Yeah.
We've already got a QR code for not only our app, but our website. Is there another thing that we would be creating a QR code for, or?
Yeah, so I mean, you can create a QR code with any link. So if you wanted a specific, like if you wanted a QR code to a specific property page on your website, as long as we copy that link, and that can be created with a QR code so they get taken right to that property.
Yeah.
Good question. Yeah, and anytime, feel free to jump in. So yeah, feel free to look through all what he does, but it is such a great resource just to know that's available. And if you want even more about Scott Leroy Marketing, we worked there for 6 years, so we know very much about what they do there. All right, now we're gonna finally jump into command. And that is going to be at agent.kw.com. Now we can sign into command with that KW Systems username and password from your Scott Leroy setup. I'll take you to your homepage. Now your homepage may look different than mine, and that's totally okay. We can actually customize how this homepage looks. So we can click that customize in the top right corner. And so on the left-hand side, we'll see the widgets that we can add to this homepage. And I just recommend clicking all of them just to have everything available for you. But then we can also rearrange these widgets on the right-hand side. So for example, I think recent leads for everyone kind of defaults at the bottom. I like to move that right up. I think that's an important field to know. So I like to have recent leads up top, and I also like to have tasks up top. But of course, that's totally rearrangeable. So as you're seeing that's different in your business, you can always rearrange this at any time and click apply. And you'll see that takes effect right away, and my recent leads are now right here. Nice. Then on your homepage as well, we'll see a bell icon in the top right corner, and that's going to be your notifications icon. So that will let you know of any new leads coming in, any tasks that you have for today, you'll get notified. And that little red dot is letting me know that I have a new notification, so that I should go check on that. But here I'm able to see all my unread, but also my read notifications. Now, does everyone have the command app on their phone? Awesome. So yeah, the main reason I really like having the command app on my phone, well, lots of reasons, but is so that I can get notifications coming right here as well. So if you signed up on the app, just make sure that you allow notifications to come through here, like push notifications. That way you don't have to sign into command on a desktop to see your notifications every time. So that command app, if you search your app store for Keller Williams, that will come up KW Command, as well as the consumer app, which is called the KW Buy and Sell app, or Buy and Sell Real Estate. In the command app, which is the red one, you can sign in with the same login that you used on the computer. Yeah.
For the white one for like our web or our app, if we were to send that to someone, does that one, if you allow push notifications on that one, does it say, hey, such and such a person viewed this property, or?
No, you would receive that notification in your command app.
Okay.
So if they allow notifications, Oh, and then you like, let's say you set up a safe search and there's like a new property that gets added, then they'll get so those notifications are purely for the clients, not for the agent, for the other app.
Gotcha.
Now, in regards to sharing that app, the best way to share the consumer app with your contacts is going to actually be through the command app. So we can click on our name in the top of the page here, and there'll be a couple cool features here. So one is my business card. So if you're on the go and you do not have your print business card on the go, you're able to, and I'll do this in the camera too. You're able to click your name and then click my business card and have clients scan this QR code, and it allows them to just click save contact, and all your contact information is saved to their phone. So it's a great one to have just right on the command app. Also under your name at the top is the share my KW app link option. So once you click that, it will give you, different ways to share that, like as a text, for example. And why it's so important to share it this way is because this URL it's sharing is branded to you. So when they sign up on the app, so once they receive this, it will prompt them to their app store to sign up or to download the app. And once they sign up on the app, because that URL is branded to you, the lead will automatically go right into command, and you're going to be able to see everything they're favoriting and collecting right from the app, as long as you're sharing it this way.
So what's the difference between tapping this up here and whether it be your business card or your app link? Why is this different than Blink? Because I downloaded Blink and I thought that that's the way that I should be sharing.
You're not wrong. I mean, because Blink is great. Blink is kind of the same in the sense, however, it prompts for their information in return, which is fantastic because of course we want that contact information. So yeah, I personally, if it was my business, I would recommend using Blink because I want to capture their information. Now it would maybe have an extra step of then now adding them to command at that point. However, even if they scan that QR code, it's not prompting for their information. They're just saving your information. However, if it's a centralized spot for it and like it's kind of quick and easy for the command app, you could use it.
So when I text somebody, let's say I meet somebody at the gym, and I send them my Blink card. I'm getting their information as I have to get, obviously, but I'm getting their information back automatically. Or no,
not automatically. It just prompts them. Like, so for example, like with this app, it would never even prompt. Like if you want to scan this, like my app, it never will prompt me to, like, it will just allow you to easily save it. And then if you like scroll down, you can like create new contacts. So then it would just save my contact in your phone.
okay.
However, it's never going to prompt me to then, or you to give it back.
Whereas
it does, but they could always just not too.
Right.
So it doesn't like automatically per se, but it at least automatically prompts them for it. Okay, I might suggest something maybe crazy, but like, okay, instead of sharing, if you were to meet somebody on the go, just an idea, you could share your KW app link instead. So like up there, like do share my KW app link. Well, no, I wouldn't recommend that because I was going to say that because then they get your contact information when they download the app and they get value. They're going to be able to search, but they have to download the app for them to get that.
So like, I guess it's a per basis thing, right? If you're talking to somebody at the gym, oh yeah, I am interested in maybe checking out some houses. Well, don't download Zillow or Realtor. Here's my app. Let me know if you need anything.
Yeah.
I'm going to follow up with you, this, that, and the other. Whereas if it's, oh, I play in a flag football league and oh yeah, let me get your contact information.
Yes.
Then you're sharing the plate.
I love that. Yes, I love that. Yeah.
Sure that I'm doing this the most efficient way.
Yeah, and I love the input because as a realtor, that you get to see this in practice. So like, yes, I love that. I think that's a really good idea.
Okay.
Yeah, based off the situation. If they're interested in real estate, yeah, go ahead and provide that value. And two, just for your scripts, your app syncs faster than the Zillow app from the MLS. So it is better than.
What's that?
It's just a general, it should, now Scott Leroy sets it up for agents. So if, on your Keller Cloud setup email, at like the very bottom is blink me.
Oh, okay.
And this is what that URL is doing. Yeah, it is a newer thing they're setting up. So it's pretty cool though. No problem. I'm hoping they like integrate the similar feature with that business QR code and command. Just in the meantime, I do think that's better just so we can capture as much lead information as we can. So I do like that a lot. All right. Okay. And then on the command app, I'm on the red app still, the command app. So a couple extra things that we'll just go over. On the homepage, I really do like near the bottom is that you're going to be able to see, as we're adding in birthdays and home anniversaries, we'll be able to see for the next 30 days which contacts those are. And then the second icon on the bottom menu is going to be your contact section. If you've not already imported your contacts from your phone, feel free to do so now. We can do it together. The steps are, we're in the contact section, second icon on the bottom. We click the 3 dots in the top right corner, and we can click to import contacts. If you're doing this for the first time, it's going to pop up with a notification to allow access to all your contacts. Click yes. And then you are able to either select all at the top checkbox and deselect anyone you don't want added, or vice versa. You could always select people you haven't yet added to command. Once you do that, we can click continue in the top right, and that will just get your contacts imported into command within like 10 minutes usually. Right? Oh, that's fine. And then last thing with the phone here, so we talked about the command app, just to talk about the other apps. So the KW buy and sell app. So the white app with the red KW. So that is for your contacts to search for homes on the go. So it is based off their current location. And it's not just our local MLS. It's anywhere in the country, no matter any brokerage. They are able to see their current location. They're able to click on properties around them. So for example, they're going to an open house, they can see all the other houses for sale right around them. Pictures, description, everything. They're even able to request a tour with you, or they can ask you questions and get in contact with you directly on this app. If you do have a contact that has maybe downloaded the app before you were able to share it with them, so it's not quote unquote branded to you, they can always do that themselves, and it's important that you know these steps in case this happens. So on this app, if we go to more in the bottom right, actually, can I look at your phone to see what it says for you? Okay, awesome. Well, that's perfect. So it says your name in the right. So that is how it should display for them too. It should like have your name up here. On the consumer app, and then more. Oh, on the other app.
Other app? What do you mean?
Yes, so there's 2 apps. There's the command app, which is the red one, and then there's the KW buy and sell app.
I don't have that.
Okay, let's get that one downloaded. So if you go to your app store, you can type in Keller Williams and that will come right up.
Okay, it's like the white on red. Okay.
Yep, exactly. Absolutely. And that one's a great one and it's for your clients to search for homes on the go. So you actually didn't really need to have it, but it's going to be good to have so you can see what they see. So that being said, if you are ever prompted to log in on this app or sign up, you do not have a login or sign on as an agent on this app. However, you can sign up and pretend like you're an agent or a client with like any email or password so that you can see what they see. So if you are prompted to sign up, I would recommend going ahead and doing so just with your personal email and a password. And that way you're going to be able to see what that looks like when that lead comes into your command. And you're going to be able to utilize this app just like a client so that you can answer any questions they may have. Nope. So you don't have a sign in as an agent on this app. You're going to receive all notifications through the command app. However, that's for your clients to sign in or log in so that they can favorite homes, create collections, stuff. So that being said, oh, sorry, go ahead.
So I was just gonna ask a question a little bit about this app.
Yeah, please.
I've sent it to a couple people, but I don't know if they.
Okay.
Because I haven't started receiving any type of updates or notifications or anything like that.
Mm.
Are those going to be sent to me when that happens, or is there a place like I don't see like a notification or like where?
That's a good question. I don't think you received. I'll double check
Like,
that.
Right. Is saved down here or?
No, not yours saved down there. So it would be then like if once they save it, it would be in that contact record in command.
Okay.
So like.
So after I send this off, there's really nothing else to be done here. It's gonna all go to me.
Yes, correct. All the agent side.
Make sure.
Yes, great question. Yeah, all the agent side of it will all be done through command. Now you're able to, so if a contact, like you didn't add them to command yourself, but instead you shared that app and they signed up and that's how the lead came into command through the app, you're going to be able to filter by those contacts. So agent site connection is saying, have they signed up on the app or your website? And if we say connected and apply, that check mark is letting me know that they have come in either on my website or app. So if I click on them, I can see their activity on the right-hand side. So I can see they created a saved search on my website and all that activity would be on the right-hand side. Now, my question is, and I'm going to write down to look it up, is if you get notified, if they like create a collection. I think you might have to go back and check the contact record to see if that happened, but I'm going to double check that out. Okay, but yeah, if you have this, if your client downloaded this app before you were able to share, it would just say like find my agent at the top instead. And you would just want to direct them to be sure to find you as their agent so they're not using another agent. That's the app spiel. All right, jumping back to home here. We're going to check on a couple settings in command to make sure it's all good. Okay, thanks for coming and have a good class. So we can click on our name in the top right and go to settings. Take a look at our settings section here. Now there's a few things that I want to go ahead and connect up if it applies to you. So do you have a Facebook business page?
Not yet.
Okay. So that will be a good thing to set up. I mean, business page is great for marketing, but it's also great for command tools because all the tools in command talk only to the business page. So for example, in command, you can schedule out posts in advance. So if on the 1st of every month, you wanted to go ahead and do your social media planning for the month, you know, kind of time block that, you can schedule out in advance for the whole year, anything like that. But again, it does have to be a business Facebook page. Same with any of the other platforms. So you can post on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and in Google, but that one's a little finicky. Those are the top 3. However, they're all business pages. So Instagram business, Twitter business, and Facebook business page has to be.
Facebook business and Instagram business pages kind of similar, like they're attached to a profile, right? And then you just kind of toggle to it.
That is the case for Facebook, but Instagram, it's not that case. You do have to fully switch your Instagram account into a business account.
Oh, okay.
And then you'll be able to link, though, your business Facebook account to that Instagram business so that those are synced up together. If you would like to book an appointment and do it together. Okay, I think that sounds like a good plan because there's a couple settings. I mean, I might as well mention it while we're talking about it. Like with Instagram business page, when you switch that over, it's going to prompt for what category that you're in. And instead of picking real estate, we want to be sure to pick entrepreneur so that you have access to all the sound music library.
Okay.
So yeah, So that's just like an extra thing. And then to connect, you do have to connect your Facebook page and the Instagram business page in the edit my profile section of Instagram. If any of that was confusing, just feel free to book an appointment and we can do it all together. But yes, once you have a business Facebook page, we're going to be able to connect that from in the settings section so that we can use commands tools with Facebook. So the ones for Facebook that we want to connect up is going to be Facebook post scheduling and Facebook ads manager. So you're able to do both. So the post scheduling, again, allows you to schedule posts out in advance, while the ads manager allows you to run paid ads through command. And how that differs from like posting on Facebook. So when you post on Facebook, only your friends see that. That's only on your friends feed. However, with ads, we can target a geographical location. And so that anyone in that location sees it and you don't have to be friends with them. And that's why it's a paid feature, is because you're able to reach unmets.
Oh, wait, what's a paid feature? I'm sorry.
Oh, the ads manager, like running paid ads through command.
Okay.
And that is because it's reaching not your friends on Facebook, it's reaching a lead or potential leads. Yeah, ooh, nice. So also we can connect our Gmail account, and this might not be in the same order for you because it's showing my connected apps right up top. So I think that Gmail one might be a little lower for you. However, if we connect our Gmail interactions, that will just allow you to be able to see your interactions from Gmail on your timeline for the contact record. So that contact record that we saw, like safe searches set up and timeline and activity. If you sync your Gmail, it would also interact with if you email them like directly in Gmail. Google Calendar, you can set up. I will just say that it's not that great of a like integration. It really just like allows you to be pushed into the Google Calendar if you want to add an event. However, feel free to hunk it up if you would like. So scrolling down, we have Instagram as well. And we can connect that up here. Again, business page required. Same with Twitter. Keep scrolling down. I'm looking for command email. I want to be sure if you click manage to the far right of command email, that the sender name and reply to email are your business name and business email. It's any emails that you'll send from command, which you're able to send 5,000 a month. So that does reset every single month. And this is where they would be able to reply to.
So when I was on board, I said Timothy, and it got changed to Tim per my request.
Nice.
So when it's this reply to the email is set up Tim how I want it, that is what people are always going to send me emails back to that.
Correct. So like when you send emails off from command, it actually sends from like a agent mailer 456@kw.com. Like it's not your KW email. However, when they respond, but it does show your name. This is the name it shows, and with that email. And but then once they reply to it, that's the email it goes back to.
Okay.
So just to touch on Twilio here, you do have the ability to bulk send text messages and automate text messages through command. However, it is a paid feature that you can subscribe in the marketplace. Again, I won't dive too deep into that today. However, feel free to book an appointment. We can dive into the pros and cons of doing Twilio. One more thing I was gonna do. Oh, and then lastly, DocuSign in this section. I believe that should be under your connected app, so it should be closer to the top. I just want to be sure that everyone has DocuSign saying connected next to it here. Just let me know if you don't. And then the final thing with settings, I'm going to come over here with Connect Settings and Marketing Profile and just show you that this is the spot that all your information from command is pulling from for the most part. So your headshot, your logo, this is just your information. And again, if you change any of this information, you get a new headshot, you get a new scroll down a bio, a new phone number, just shoot that over to support@scottleroymarketing.com with your command login. And they're just going to be able to change this in the marketing profile, but everywhere in command too. So pretty straightforward. It's just your information up top, your market information in the middle. Compliance. I may recommend just putting each office as independently owned and operated for the legal footer text. That way you're covered for any website and any emails you send from command. There's a spot for your socials down here at the bottom too. It is prompting for the full URL, so not just your handle. And this allows people to, from your website, to get to your socials. And if you have the new website, I don't think this is where Google Analytics is pulling from anymore. I think it's in the dashboard now. So you can kind of leave the spot alone. And any changes you're making, just be sure to scroll to the very, very bottom and click save, where it will not be saved. Oh, one extra thing I'll note on this marketing profile, just a heads up, if you are a provisional broker, you do have to have the office phone number displaying here. It should by default already be there, but in case you see your phone number in both spots, if you're a PB, you do need to have the office phone number displaying. All right. Now I'm just going to essentially go down this menu bar on the left-hand side. So as we're learning this menu bar, we can click that KW in the top left to expand that out so we can see what each section is. But we're going to start in that contact section. And each of these menu sections, I know I'm going to go very fast over, and that's kind of the, just like in just kind of overview of what it can do. And then again, feel free to come to Tech Tuesdays and book appointments, and we can dive really deeper into them. So with this contact section, you'll find in the top right, there's some options. And you're going to see a green button in the top right of a lot of sections in command. And that's letting you know it's an action button. So we're going to perform an action when we click it. So let's go ahead and add one contact to command. If you've not already added yourself as a contact to command, I do recommend doing so that you can like test things out with yourself. All right. When adding contacts, so you are able to click a lead source or select a lead source. So if you know where they came from, of course, go ahead and put that in as much info as you can. You can mark them as a lead right from the section. So that typically what a lead is insinuating in command is that you have not yet had a meaningful conversation about real estate. So that it's letting you know that you need to go call them essentially and have that meaningful conversation. And then tags are command's way of grouping contacts together. So common tags such as buyer, seller. However, you can really use that however you see fit in your business. So let's say you have like a lot of out of town clients we talked about. Tagging them out of state, in state, so that, for example, you can market to them like why you should move to North Carolina versus, you know, the people in North Carolina is going to look a little different. So tags is the way to go about grouping those. Yes.
I don't know if I created.
Oh, okay. You can actually, from right here, you can type in any tag you're wanting to create. And you'll be able to click create custom tag. Yep, any contact. And you can create it right from their contact record. It's honestly the easiest way. There's another way to do it, but this is the easiest. Yeah, anything that you want there. And it's going to pop up with an extra field to create a custom tag. When you do that, I may recommend giving it a color just because all system tags, so like buyer, seller, all those will automatically be this one. So this one will, giving it a color will just help you identify that it's custom. And then I know it's hiding a little bit, but the add more information allows you to add a lot more information, such as their physical address that we talk about with 201 Club. And then under about is those 2 key dates. And just a heads up, the birthday, you don't need to have a year and it will still work with the smart plan I found. You know, a lot of people don't like to give that out. And then clicking add contact will add them right to your contact database. Up in the top right, also you have options to export your contacts if you ever need a copy of those, or you can even make mailing labels right from here. And then this import button, you actually don't need to really know because Scott Leroy can import 5 spreadsheets per month per agent for free. So I would just recommend sending that over to them and letting them do that for you. It typically takes like 24 hours.
Send that over. If you already have the person in your phone, it'll just update the current contact that's already in there. Like, so if I don't have their email in there, but I have it on that spreadsheet, it'll update the contact that's already sitting there, correct?
No, so it wouldn't automatically update it. It would add it in as 2 separate contacts. And then you could then merge them together. So you can merge by like clicking 2 and then merging them together. But good question. Like, yeah, if you command recognizes duplicates based off email and phone number. So if I had an email over here and a phone number, it would be like 2 separate contacts because it's not seeing it's a duplicate. But it would skip if you did have that email in there twice.
Spreadsheet, like 5 people that I sold property to for, but I don't have their email already in their contact. So there's really no reason for me to have Scott Roy upload when I can just go in and put their email.
Yeah, I would recommend that route, especially for only 5. Like if it was a lot more, then yeah. Absolutely. All right, so moving to the next menu section here, we're going to go to tasks. So tasks, you'll get a lot of tasks from smart plans. Smart plans are set up to give you automated tasks. However, you can always come to this task section here and create your own task in the top right corner. So if you have something to do for tomorrow or the next day that you just don't want to lose in your head, I would lose it. I always think I'm going to remember and I never do. So I'd recommend just simply writing it in command so that it's somewhere for you to look and reference later. So let's say you want to go follow your client on Facebook that you just talked to. You know you want to do it. You're just not going to get to it right now. So you want to make a task. You're going to be able to create a task name. You're also able to link it to a contact. So if that is for a specific client or contact, you can actually link it to that contact. You can give it a task type. If you do choose a call type, it will prompt you after you complete the task to leave notes about that call. So that's the difference about the type there. If ever, you can give a description, maybe their handle that you're going to go follow. You can give it a hyperlink, maybe their actual link. Priority level, give that a date. And now you can even have them repeat. So if there's something that you're going to have to always do, like pay MLS fees every so often, I don't know when that happens. But you can also do recurring tasks so that you are reminded every so often, yearly. Great. So that's the task section here. And like I mentioned, the smart plan section will give you a lot of tasks for you automatically. Now with these smart plans, and mine are all jumbled because I downloaded some custom ones. So when we click on smart plans, we're going to be taken right to any smart plans we have, but we can always go over to the library to see extra smart plans out there. And I know I'm just throwing around that word smart plans and it's lingo for KW, And what those are is they're really for system setups. So they go above and beyond email campaigns. Yes, they can send out automated emails on your behalf, but they can also send automated text messages. And more so, they can give you task reminders to go do things. And just a heads up, smart plans are duration based. So let's say we want to send an email campaign for holidays. Smart plans would not be this place for that because those are all duration based. So those smart plans are best for follow-ups. So for example, they sign up on your website, they receive an email, it waits 5 days, they receive a text message, it waits 5 more days, you get a task to call them. So those are all like between days versus like if you wanted to schedule out something on a specific day, so like on a holiday like Valentine's Day, you would want to not do that from smart plans. And I'll show you where to do that. But that's kind of how those differ. Does that make sense? Like duration versus like a certain date?
Right.
Okay.
Different, like, what's it, the day behind the next year?
Right. Yeah. So with the smart plans, these Keller Williams ones, I believe, are automatically added to your command account. And these are great for, depends on what you're looking to do. So depending on your business goals, this quarterly call plan, for example, will remind you once a quarter to be calling your contacts. So instead of that D2 plan, we can just utilize quarterly call. 8x8 new engagement is great for new contacts that you have coming in. While the bi-weekly, the nurture smart plans, so the nurture, midterm nurture, and then if you go over to these arrows, you'll see a long-term nurture and a monthly neighborhood nurture. Those are great for long-term buyers. So those that are saying, I'm gonna buy probably in a year or two, those are great for those long-term so that you are keeping them in mind, or they're keeping you in mind. However, like versus a save search, they don't know how many beds or baths or their price range quite yet. This nurture allows them to be a bit more in the driver's seat and in control of their search if they're not ready to buy right now. So that's like kind of the difference between those smart plans. Nurtures are great for long-term buyers, while that 8x8 is great for new contacts. Then just a heads up, the birthday smart plan and the home anniversary smart plan, those will remind you in advance to reach out on those key dates. So these Keller Williams smart plans are the most recommended ones. And adding them and having them in your smart plans section doesn't actually mean they're activated. So if you click on this contacts tab here, it's going to sort by the ones that do have contacts on it. So this little eyeball is letting me know that 5 contacts are on the smart plan. So that is an active smart plan. So you do need contacts on a smart plan for it to be quote unquote active. There are a few ways to add contacts to a smart plan. So you can click the add contact button to the far right and add those in by tag. However, you can only do that by 20 contacts at a time from this section. But you can do 500 contacts at a time in the contact section. And to do so, I could do show. By default, it's 1 of 10. I like to change that to 500. Then I could click the top checkbox to select all, click on actions, and add to smart plan 500 at a time. And there are tons of things that you can do in bulk, just a heads up. So never feel like you need to one by one add tags to contacts. You can do that by simply clicking down whoever you want to tag or remove tags from, and do that in bulk. Moving along to the referral section. So just a little note on the referral section. You know how I showed you the marketing profile, and that's where most of your information from Command pulls from. This is just the one section from Command it doesn't pull from. This section is actually pulling from the referrals profile, but that should have the same information, but just a heads up. So with this referral section, it actually is pretty cool. So you can be building your referral network at any time. So I kind of like to think about Facebook in the sense that like we can start building our quote unquote friend base and like connecting with people without even having a listing or referral to give them. Purely just to, when I do have a referral, I have someone in my network to give it to. So we can actually grow our network right from this referral page. So you can either click on grow my network or go to map. It's going to bring you to the same spot. I'm going to allow it to see my location here. So there's a few options to look at this. I like to point out this referral pattern section. I think it's really cool. So if we click this drop down right here, it's the last option, referral patterns. This will show all the places people are most popularly moving to out of Charlotte, North Carolina. And then if we click that, like it says sent, if we click received, these are all the top places people are moving from to Charlotte, North Carolina. It's up here, like right next to referral patterns. It's sent and then received. Yeah, so this is just a cool feature, I think, that, yeah, you can see where people are moving from so that you can kind of target locations strategically. Yeah, same, honestly. Yeah. So that way, if you weren't sure where to maybe grow your referral network to start with, I know you have a clear spot, but this might give you a good spot to start with. But we can also filter by a few things. So as we zoom in, yeah, there's Syracuse. So if I do need to, looks like I need to change that to like back to either production, we'll filter by production level, or market centers. I think it's kind of cleaner to look this way. But then as we start to zoom in on these like numbers, this right-hand section will load eventually. And it will show the results of all the agents in that area. They're not, but you can sort them. So, or yes, wait, they sort by random. So you can sort by these options like closed units. And you can also filter by certain things. And I think there's languages spoken is probably a common one. And then there's going to be like two options next to their name. So there's going to be one option to send them, to ask them to join your network. So this is not, if you have a referral, you can just ask them, hey, I'm from Syracuse, New York. Just want to add you to my referral network in case I have only KW. Yep. And then the other icon is if you do actually have a referral to send them right now, you can then like actually send them that referral. And also just a heads up, if you like, you have no one, you have a contact in a random location that you have no like referral connection to, you can broadcast referrals to 50 agents at a time. So it's kind of like jump ball. So you'll see that's grayed out until I actually get to 50, which I don't know if I'll ever be able to do in New York. Yeah, because it's by market center. Let me do introduction. Okay, here we go. So as long as that number's under 50, I'm going to be able to send that out like to everyone, and then whoever responds first is going to get that, or you can vet it. Mhm.
You're hovering over an area where like you might have a buyer wanting to move, and you're going to broadcast that referral, but that's only if you have somebody ready to rock and roll.
Yep, only like, and it's going to make you fill out all the client information, and you'll see here that this will be hidden until you award the agent the actual referral. But yeah, it's when you actually have a referral to send, but you have like no one to connect with. Like you just need to give it to someone, and you don't know anyone out there.
So being on the flip side of that, what does that look like? Let's say, sorry, you're.
Oh no, I wasn't. That's a great question. Yeah, so under like the referral section, like dashboard, it's going to show you right up top. Those are like any pending invites. So that's to invite in your network. Any pending referrals and anything you've received or sent out will be right here as well. Same thing. It would pop up in your referral section, and you would receive a notification at that time.
Oh, okay. So when somebody does that, everybody in this office, like.
Yeah, I mean, typically it can't be done by office. It would have to be done by production level at that point, because yeah, there's like 500 and you have to get under 50. So like they would probably do it by production level at that point, and they would be more random in that case. Yeah, that's a good section there. And I know we're running a little over, but just if you have extra minutes here, I'll get right through this. So the opportunity section, we're actually going to have a full class on this. Let's see. Let's look at that calendar. Was it next? No, it's the fall. Oh, yes, it is. The 23rd. Yeah. We have a class on opportunity specifically this Tuesday. So I won't dive too deep into that, especially because Leah is the opportunity specialist. However, it will be a good class. So if you have time, I do love that class. She talks about opportunity checklists, and that's one of my favorite things at command. Oh, before we move on from opportunities, do you have your forms in DocuSign? Did we do that together?
You guys did it.
Okay, I think we did too.
Yeah, that was I think that I have this thing. They're kind of in the process of moving stuff, so it's not like something.
Yeah.
But I definitely need to get that listing agreement over to them.
Cool.
Get back and like.
That's exciting. That's exciting.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Well, good.
But I don't think totally like one year out the other, what you guys showed me, how to get that.
Gotcha. Yeah, that tip video into it for any of you online that don't have your forms already. Yeah, this 25 one will walk you through the forms, and it will walk you through exactly what you're wanting. And then if you have any questions, feel free to shoot us an email. This video is so good. I don't know if you have any. I really like it. All right, moving down, and I'm actually going to skip down to designs for this next one. So which is going to be that paintbrush icon. So when we go to the designs, it's going to open up with any designs you've previously worked on. So if you don't have anything showing here, no worries. We can always create designs in the top right corner. So depending on which option you choose here, you're going to see different templates. So email will give you email templates. So that would be only if you're trying to send an email out to someone, which a good example is going to be like a holiday. So we can click on that email, the template, and click next to start editing it. How we edit an email template is that we are looking to click on an element we want to edit. So let's say for the text box. So we are looking for it to say text up there, and we don't want it to say TD or table cell. You'll see those a lot when you are starting to hover over things. And those are just for alignment purposes. So we don't want to click on those. We want to just click on the element that we're trying to edit, in this case, text. So when we click on that, a pencil icon will appear, and then we're able to edit that on the right-hand side. So any changes we're making on the right-hand side, whether that be words, whether that be the font, the boldness, the size of the font, everything that you're doing on the right-hand side will take effect as soon as we click done. So not save, but done. You'll see that added right in there.
As far as I see, it says like contact first name, like that's going to auto populate when you send that email off.
So that is a merge field, and we can double check that. If you go up to options in the top right, we can click to preview it. And then in the same spot, it's going to say search contacts. So like we can click an example contact, and then you'll see that it actually like goes in with, so you can see that's going to actually do what it says. And then just a heads up, also in that options button is the send test email option, so that you can send it to yourself, so you can feel comfortable with that too. Clicking the X in the top right will actually get us out of here, and we're allowed to save our changes at this time. So the design section is where we create what we want to send out. So we created that email template here. The campaign section, which is going to be that megaphone icon, is where we go to send that out. So designs, create, campaigns, send out. So when we come to campaigns, same action button, always in that top right corner. Depending on what we choose here it's going to matter. But because we created an email, we'll want to click email here. So we do need to give this a name, and and a goal, but no one sees this except you. It's just for your organization purposes. And we'll want to keep command email and click create campaign. At that point, we just need to go through 1 through 6. Yes, and I did like brand awareness. But again, the goal doesn't really matter. It doesn't change anything. It's just for you to know, like in your marketing strategy, what you tried to do that week. So yeah, we just need to fill out each section. The top 2 are already filled out. So really we just need 3. So that's going to be select this recipient list. If you've not created one yet, we can create one by clicking create list to the right of that. And you'll see here a common way to create lists is going to be through tags, because of course that's our way to group our contacts. However, if you want to create an all contacts list, for example, and how many contacts do you have? Yeah.
200.
Okay. So that's a good, oh, congrats. That's a good example for this. So if you wanted to create an all contacts list, you can't just do that and then click select all, unfortunately. We need to scroll to the bottom and click load more. Like it won't say it for mine because I don't have over 100 contacts, so I can come over to you. But you need to like load all of them before you select all, so it can actually like select all, which is so annoying for me. Anyway. Let's see if you scroll to the very bottom. Huh, okay, maybe. Do you think you have like a lot of phone numbers in there?
It's posted.
Okay, then that's why. Yeah, it's just
Trying to do an email one. Okay.
yeah, it's just reading contacts with emails. But yeah, if you do get over 100, just kind of, I don't know, just like know that tip that you need to scroll down and load them before you select all. However, yeah, it's just pulling emails. So we can create that email list. Oh, sorry, I forgot we had another appointment. I just have like 5 minutes. Okay. And then the subject, we just put in a subject. And select the design. So that's gonna, but then when we click select the design, that's only gonna pull in our email designs. So we can then click it, we can make final changes if we want, but clicking that X in the top right, again, will allow us to save and move us back to command. And then you'll see that preview on the right-hand side. You'll have an actions button to even send another test email with your subject included. And at that point, we can go schedule that out for a certain date or even send that right away. So just a heads up, same kind of thing with designs, the design section and social content. So there are social and print templates as well. They are the same templates actually, or it brings you to the same place. So if we click social and click next, it's going to actually bring us outside of command. The We brand. And here is where you can find tons and tons of templates for whatever you're looking for. So if you have a listing, if you're just trying to lead generate, if you want to post out about a holiday, they do it by month. So you can see that there's tons of content in here ready for you to use. So for that February example, we can click to use any of this content to bring us in back into an editor. And really it's utilizing this left-hand menu bar to kind of like Canva. The extra cool part about this design section is that it's linked with the MLS. So creating listing posts and stuff becomes a lot easier in command because it's able to pull all the details and photos right here.
What's the what would you want to
Canva just has a bit more options, like fonts, colors, and designs wise. It's just a bit more, it's what it's made for, like designs. So like this, it just has a bit more limited options. I mean, I'd recommend just using command just to centralize everything. And it's free. So that's great.
Can I ask another question?
Yeah.
Now that we're on the topic of social media stuff like that, if you're attached with your business profiles in command, are you able to send these out through command, or are you just saving this media and then going to those platforms and then sending?
Good question. Yes. So we can actually send this out through command. Mhm. Yeah. So yeah, we can make edits to this. And I do recommend just downloading it onto your computer when you're happy with it, just so we have it multiple places. But then yes, clicking done, we're going to be taken back into command here. And the same steps where we're going to go back to the campaigns to actually send that out. So this time though, when we go to create campaign, we're going to want to do this as a social post. So we can give a caption. Oh, I'm okay. We can give it emojis down here if we want. And then that little icon, that like media icon, we can click add media and we can browse our designs for that design and pull it right in.
Only the media.
Correct. Yep. Only, yep. You're right. No email templates will
And
pop
I'm
up.
assuming you're adding your other profiles up top next to your Facebook one.
Yeah. So if I did have Instagram connected, I could add that too. I only have Facebook. Yeah, but you could add any of those. And then at the bottom here, we can schedule that out for a certain day and time. So you could, on the 1st of every month, schedule that out for the month, all the holidays for the year if you wanted to. And go ahead and do that. Hey, Jenny. How are you? Oh, hey, Jenny. Good to see you.
Do you need a hug?
I'll take one.
Everyone needs a hug.
Don't have to say.
Right.
What are you learning about?
Command overview. So we're just overviewing it all.
Oh, wait, no, I have you.
Yes,
I have you.
we got you covered, Jenny. So that's really the spiel of it. I'm just going to touch on the last two like kind of icons here. So there is a report section. So if you're a high C, like to see those numbers, it is all tracked right here in the reports section. So that might be a great section to look at when you're trying to focus on your database cleanup. And then the listing section here, it is synced with the MLS here. And if it's not, you can always sync it with your MLS. It will just prompt for your license number. And so that you can see any listings you have will go right into here as well. So when you add it to the MLS, it just syncs to command too. So you're going to be able to see all your listings right here as well. And you can even search for other listings right from here, but I know you have the MLS. So. And then, yeah, that last tab is just the consumer tab, which is the website, which we went over. So I know that was a lot, and I know I went 15 minutes over. Any questions I could answer for you as we wrap up here? Awesome. Awesome.
Like the
DocuSign, yes. Yeah. Yeah, so we're always going to start transactions, always start it from command itself. And we can do that from the opportunity section, which is going to be that handshake icon. We can click create opportunity in the top right corner. And there are 3 things we have to fill out. So we have to fill out if it's what the type is, listing or buyer. Oh, okay, wait, then in that case, you can then find that opportunity under all opportunities now. And like clicking on it will bring you to this kind of page. Then we want to go over to documents. And this is the key steps here. We would first in documents, select the checklist type. And then once you check, that's the key step, select the checklist first. And then when you click start a transaction, that is going to push you into DocuSign, and that's what syncs them together, clicking start a transaction from here. And because you click the checklist first, any required forms will automatically be pulled into your room ready for you to use. So that will allow, like, you don't need to go find forms. All the required will be in your room ready for you to start typing in because those are interactive. And then at that point, yeah, I'd really recommend that video because I will walk you through like the editing, sending, and all the fun. Well, that's exciting that you have a yeah, yeah, hopefully, I think, yeah, that once you get it down, it's like one of those things, once you like learn, it's not that bad, but you just have to be told it first. Oh, and thank you for all those who joined online. Just let us know if you have any questions.